Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're well. I am well myself. Just came from that live. I hope you were able to see. It was an hour and yeah, I'm feeling all hot, but it's been a chilly day here. But I thank God and I'm thankful. I wanted to send this word out as an encouragement because God is going to break through some people who were or have been underdogs for a long time, yeah, because of that crazy treatment that you've experienced all your days, yeah, even from your family. You saw your people, the way they were behaving, surely they were acting like victims, yeah, and so you used to sell yourself short, yeah, so that even when people recognized you to be gold, you didn't carry yourself as such because you felt like you're under, right? And this time, God is going to raise you. He's going to fight for you. He's going to defend you, and it will be like you are dreaming, right? Remember, throughout the Bible history, and I use the Bible as reference because I feel like everybody's story today, if you enter the Bible and you're searching your story, you'll find yourself there clearly printed out, yeah, and God will tell your story through somebody else's experience, and it will cause you to believe. You'll get this strong faith because you have gone through that, and now you're looking for a light, and a light pops in. When Abraham was called by God, and it was all these promises were made to him, yeah, Genesis 15 verse, let's start from 5. Then the Lord took Abraham outside and said to him, look up into the sky and count the stars if you can. That's how many descendants you will have from your loins. And Abraham, oh, I just added that. Abraham believed the Lord, and the Lord counted him as righteous because of his faith. Let me tell you, just because you have believed, God is going to turn it all around. Perhaps you've thought of yourself and your people as a victim. Imagine having to raise kids thinking that you're a victim. So are your kids. So are your parents before you. And the way that you carry yourself is a way to suggest that, yeah, you're ready to serve, you're going to serve in lowly places because you never saw yourself as a winner. And then you see God fighting for you in places, and you realize God is not playing around. He is very serious about my life. And God, who raised people like David from a lowly shepherd boy, and because this boy had trained himself, he entered the palace through the work of his hand. He had been, playing the harp for very long, and God used that, yeah. Let me tell you, when God uses something that people don't even regard, this guy was playing the harp, right? But he played it so well, so much so that when the king needed a harp player because of whatever was going on with him, people referred who? David. Let me tell you, God is not going to use something very different to break you through. He's going to use something that you've been practicing, you've been working out, you've been building a skill on it, yeah? So when, even in the times that you're discouraged, do not stop. Do not come to a halt in the things that you do. Keep doing that. Keep doing it faithfully, yeah? And even when you're discouraged, and for people who are in business, and I'm in business, yeah, there comes a time when you can be discouraged, yeah, but don't stop, yeah, keep doing it, and whenever you get a chance, do it well, yeah. Keep being faithful, keep treating the people that God is bringing your way well. But what I'm saying is that because of the many things that have happened to you that have been so unfortunate, wherever you go, you've not been treated well. In a world where a lot of people get good treatment, you haven't been getting that, yeah. And so to be or to exist in those places, God allowed you to be a servant, yeah. But then because he promises us in Psalms 23 that he's going to lay a table even in front of your enemies. Actually, that is where he's going to, not even as he's going to lay a feast in front of your enemies. How do you think this will happen? God will show you off, and God can do that, able, willing, because everything that happens to you, every experience you go through, good or bad, God will show himself through that, yeah, for his glory. you will go through these things. Whenever we talk about God's glory being seen in you, sometimes it's in the very lowly places. Yeah, so don't despise yourself, don't despise what you're doing, don't despise the place where you're standing, because God is able to, through that, launch you, right? And so when you discover this, like we were sharing in the I was sharing in the live, when the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, you'll find that you're desiring God more, because even when you get, it doesn't hit so satisfactorily as that presence of God. Yeah, I told you, when we got our visas, it didn't feel so great because we no longer felt God's presence. And one thing that I had to remember, because I was like hurting, I was like, God, I cannot feel your presence. What just happened? Were you just gonna give me this visa and leave? I need you. You know, when David says, as a deer panteth after the water, so does my heart thirst after you in a dry and weary land. I'm telling you, that is how it feels to not be in God's presence, or for God's presence not to be, you know, where you are in your vicinity. And I remember how God, and I know God is omnipresent. Yeah, He never leaves you. He never forsakes you. He's not there. But for you to understand, sometimes you'll feel different things in different seasons, in different times. And God said, and this was so relevant, I just didn't understand, I have gone ahead of you to make the crooked path straight. And though I desired so much to feel him again, like I had felt him in my prayer closet, I really, really felt when he left, and he left that word. Yeah, so it was for me to understand what was going on. Now this, I will use this example to show that times will come where it will be hard. Yeah, this spiritual awakening will feel so good, you feel so seen, you'll feel so touched, you will tell about it for years. Even the times when you're sad and you're wondering, God, did you forget me? Hello, did I make a mistake? Did I lose the plot? You know, why am I seeing something akin to a curse and not the blessings that you put me on? Let me tell you, God is going to show you great and mighty things, even though he will do that in parts, right? Because he reveals in part to deliver. As he delivers you, he will usher you to different places, and sometimes you'll think, for sure, he has left me. But it's because you have to go through a tough thing, a tough season, a tough situation, some tough people who have been put in your path just for you, so that you may be sharpened. And when that happens, you'll see yourself becoming a better vessel. Because if it takes sandpaper to smoothen out a wood so that it becomes so fine, and you can see the grain, you can see the beauty of it, and then maybe it will be painted with varnish or something to just, accentuate that beauty. Imagine that happening to you, that you'll be, roughed up in some places, and you'll come out as a fine, shiny vessel, for his glory. Let me tell you, God will allow you to go through difficult places. He will allow you to go into arid places. Remember, for Moses to become a leader, after killing that, that slave master, that is when Moses, and I think I didn't finish this part in the live, Moses, when he killed that slave master for seeing him kill a Hebrew, that is when he was introduced to himself, that you're a Hebrew as well. And then he was, sent out, because the people who raised him in the palace could not bear to have him killed, So they sent him out into the wilderness. You will see that your story will be similar. When you go out into the arid places, when you're in the wilderness, there's nobody there to comfort you. There's no one with you, right? And even, oh my God, when you face these circumstances where when you know that before that you were surrounded with friends, and like in my in my place, I was with my husband for long, and suddenly he's not there, and I feel like I'm grappling in the dark, just trying to make sense of everything that is going on. And God does this to show his might, and to show that I can cover you even in these circumstances. But due to ignorance, you don't understand, and you don't work out as strong as you should. But because of that ignorance and stubbornness that comes out of that ignorance. Sometimes when we are so stubborn, we have to learn through our own experience, yeah? And so God will allow you to learn, and then you will come to a place where, like in Isaiah 54, he promises to rebuild you even though you feel so broken. And he will take you through all these broken places, all these broken people, but he's shining you. He's, you know, using them as a sandpaper, and you will come to good people, and you will wonder how surely God will restore even your faith in people and give you a tribe and take you to good places. Yeah, when he says that he will settle you on a land and make your boundaries fall in pleasant places, he surely will. He's not playing around. Yeah, so this is just an encouragement. Though you go through difficult places and the experience is not like what you first felt, especially when this spiritual awakening was coming and you began to see things and understand with such clarity, seeing things in living color, and you're thinking this will never stop. I will have to be, you know, in these places so that I'm able to do what I'm supposed to do. Of course, this will lessen. Yeah, this spiritual you know, awakened places, this miracle, yeah, and then God will allow you to step into a new level where you will never see those Egyptians again. Let me tell you right now, their chains you have broken, you will never feel them again. Yeah, you will never feel that bound again. There are experiences you've had that you will never experience again in the places that God is taking you. He's refining you, he's making you better, he is sending you to better places. It will not look as glorious as I'm talking about, but you will notice it, and it will be a mighty good thing. I'm going to leave you here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.